Hey, it's Amanda. Thanks for joining. It is day 20 of the Planner Advent that Simone created and is a collaboration between Ellie and John and Dakshina, Simone, and myself. So, this series of videos, this last section that we all did, I'm actually the last one to go, and it was my favorite one probably to hear everybody's answers. Today, we're talking about inspiration and budgeting and fear of missing out and purchases and things like that. And the only thing that my hands can do while my mouth is talking about that is to clean out my planner. Unfortunately, this is really what it looks like right now. Thankfully, it's not leaving the house anytime soon, but definitely needs a clean out. So this is my Vanderstuck Nomad, and I'm literally going to clean it out while we talk about these questions. The first one is what or who inspires you? And as for what, I would definitely say that I'm spending more time on Instagram for inspiration, but that I'm learning more people on YouTube and just kind of getting to know this community better as well and appreciating what YouTube has to offer. But when I think of who inspires me, honestly, and I don't want to sound so corny, but the people that I'm doing this collaboration with, I think are all super inspirational, and I've all followed them all for a while. Ellie is the newest to create a social media account that's planner focused, I believe. So I've known her the shortest amount of time, but I love her lettering, and I love Simone, how she's always trying to use what she has and encourages others to do so. And Dakshina is a creative wizard, and she was one of the people that made me feel like it was okay to just dump everything into one planner, into dot grid, because of how she uses astrology. And then John also is really organized and consistent, and he has his own style, and he doesn't shy away from that, which I just really appreciate. And I realize that that's something that's consistent amongst everybody that I follow, is that it's people who say how they use their planner or why they're using it a certain way, and not just buying or collecting just because. I know some people really enjoy that, and that's great. But I guess what inspires me is seeing how people use their planners and how people use the supplies that they have. That's definitely what I appreciate. And I'm going to put a list of people in the description below, people that I either follow on Instagram or YouTube that I just really appreciate. The next question is, how do I deal with the constant pressure to buy new things? And I think Dakshina mentioned this, but it's kind of something we all maybe go through a little bit when we first enter into the planner community. There's that temptation to buy everything, and you gotta have it. Other people have it. Sorry, let me get that out of there. So, as you're in the community longer, I feel like that feeling goes away. But also, what really helps me is if I see something that I want, and it doesn't have to be planner related, but just anything that I want, I will actually take a screenshot of it, or I will save it in my Instagram saves, and usually that's enough for me to kind of fulfill that instant gratification. And then if I think about it again, if I still want it, then I know that, okay, it's kind of nagging at me. I maybe really do want it, and it wasn't just an impulse type of decision. And that's just for lower priced items. More expensive things, or things that involve more time, I get a new planner. So more expensive, but also for me, it's also how long am I actually going to be able to use this for, are things that I would consider. And what I do for that is actually it totally takes a joy out of it, but it works really well for me. So right now I'm considering moving from the standard size dot grid and standard size everything into a Hobonichi A6. So I literally wrote down all the information that I keep in my standard, and then I'm figuring out where it would go in the Hobonichi. And then even this isn't enough for me. So I did all this, and I'm still trying to figure out a few things. And then I've also made this insert, which is A6 size, but the grid is a little different here. The grid in the A6 Hobonichi is actually the same as the Hobonichi Cousin. So I've been writing in my Hobonichi Cousin a little bit, which I use for homeschool anyway, so it's not a big change, but that's the same. The Hobonichis are the same grid size, and this is a bigger grid size. But this is the size paper it would be. So I'm seeing if this paper is even manageable for me, because obviously it is a little bit smaller, and that's what this little doohickey is. I just chop some off, and this is what I'm using for the rest of the month to make sure it's a good size for me. So that's, whenever I kind of leads into the next question too, which is how I make purchase decisions or budget. Like I don't really make big purchase decisions lightly. I spend a long time making sure it's like the absolute best decision. And like I said, it kind of sucks the joy out of it sometimes because I do so much like product research and making sure it's the right thing for me. But, I want to make sure I'm using my money wisely. And then as for budgeting, I think my husband and I are both kind of lucky in a sense, and we're the same. We don't have like lots of things that we like to buy just in general. We don't have very many collections. Neither of us are really like into like clothes or shoes or things like that. We just kind of buy what we need, and then we have a few hobbies. Like this is probably my only like hobby that costs money. And I don't know, we have like goals that, we want a vacation. Personally, I'm trying to retire early because he's older than me, so I gotta save my money so I can retire when he retires. So that motivates me to just spend my money wisely. And then I do just kind of keep an eye on it, either in the app on my phone. And then I also have my waiting list back here, which honestly doesn't have anything from like Christmas on it. It's a mess this month. But if I have like, so many, like 3 or 4 things that I'm still waiting on that were all like planner related, I'm kind of questioning myself, like, did I need to buy all of those? So that helps keep me in check too. And as I mentioned, like saving things or taking a screenshot of them kind of helps me just delay that gratification and make sure it's something that I really need. And then as for stickers, I thought I still had it in here, but maybe I don't. So what I used to do, I've really just cut back on using stickers in general right now, and I'm not sure where that's going. My favorite shop, Sweet Fox Papery, she also closed. So I don't know where the stickers thing's going. I have plenty of stickers to use. That's the good news. I have plenty of stickers. And the next question is like, when do I know I have too much? So for me, I stopped using stickers as heavily in my notebooks. So then I was kind of looking, we don't have a dog. We don't have a dog or a cat. I don't know why I kept that. We want a cat. But anyway, I was looking at, using the same kit like all month basically. So then I would get out my kits that I felt like were appropriate for that month, because I do like to do seasonal decor kind of in my planner. And I would realize that I would have so many kits, and by so many I mean like 3, maybe 4, which is a lot for me. And like I wasn't possibly going to use all of them, and that means I'm either using them like maybe the next month or into the next year, because if it's like a Christmas or a fall specific kit, which is what I like to do in my notebook, that's when I realized I was like, oh, I need to like slow my roll because I'm using a lot less stickers than I used to, which is fine. My style is evolving. That's what I was looking for. Totally got distracted. So I had this sheet of paper and it had the months on it, like January, February, and then I would like write the number of weeks in that month, and then I was picking sticker kits for each month or each week, and then I was only buying things if I had like a gap where like obviously I didn't have a sticker kit. So that made me realize like, wow, you have plenty of sticker kits to use if you want to use them. So I've definitely slowed down on just accessorizing and everything like that in my planner. Maybe it's just the season of life that I'm in right now too. We'll kind of just see what happens. My strategy for 2021 is to keep like my sticker stash organized, and as I mentioned, kind of assign stickers or kits to weeks or months, and I think that I will find that I have plenty. I will allow myself to buy some things because I don't think it's ever successful to go like cold turkey. Maybe for some people it is, but for me it absolutely is not. So I'm also working on buying things more realistically, like even things that I like a lot. For example, like I needed to get 2 of these Post-it notes, which is something that I used to be a lot worse at. Like if I really loved a sticker sheet, like I would have to get 2 of it so I could actually use it. And I love this shop so much, Audrey Okia. There are some of her kits that I purchased multiple of because I want to use the stickers, but I know I won't. This is kind of like my sticker stash right now. So where everything is packed, I have probably an embarrassingly amount. I don't know my grammar right now, but more stickers are packed away. But this is a good chunk. I could definitely use these. There's lots of Planner Kate in here too as well, but I've gotten a lot better about just purchasing what I need and assigning them to a week or a month. I hope that was somewhat insightful. Again, I'll include all those shops below. And if you have any questions about any of the mess I made here, feel free to let me know. And then my next video will be on the 23rd, and I'll leave the full playlist in the description as well. Thanks for watching.